Hey y'all. Okay, so I really want to say thanks if you're watching this one and you actually watched my alcohol and Sharpie videos. I want to say thanks. I hope that you gave me thumbs up or gave me comments. I had I had one person to tell me, message me and give me a good review and everything, and they pointed out a couple things, and I went back and I listened to it and I looked at it and I realized, they exactly what they were talking about. So no bracelets, guys, today. And what I'm going to do today is actually a t-shirt. Um, I wanted to have a t-shirt for this weekend, so I decided I'd just do a t-shirt with one of the new stencils that I had gotten in. And I'm going to use ink. It's from a company that I've I've gotten and I use quite a bit of. So if you're interested in where the ink came from, I'll be glad to give you that information. But since I'm using two different things here, message me and I'll be glad to give you that information. Okay, but I'm not going to mention any names right now at this time. So that's just make sure I don't get in trouble kind of thing. But I'm going to switch over here, and we're still playing with the cameras and all that kind of good stuff. So these are the colors that I'm looking at doing. We've got red, yellow, green, purple, pink, turquoise, lime green, white, and gray are the colors that we have that I'm planning on doing those with. And then the design, let me pull these down. The design we'll be working with is actually Just Breathe. I love this actual design because I like the feathers and the bohemian type stuff too, and everything. So I really like this, and this is one of my mottos is Just Breathe. So let me get this set up and we will get busy. Okay, and there. Now you can see me and see the design. My video, as far as my face and my mouth, may be lagging a little bit, but hopefully it won't be too bad. All right, I didn't mention black, but that is actually what I want to put on the arrow piece right here. So I'm going to actually wait on that because I haven't decided if I want to do this black or what, but I think I really want to put some color in here, but I don't know. I'm going to do this down here and then go from there on that. Now, one of my favorite colors, of course, is the turquoise. So I'm going to start with that. And I have all different types of squeezies. So I even use a credit card sometimes. So what I'm going to do on this one is I'm just going to come right in here and I'm going to do this particular one because I want that feather turquoise. Now, if you have trouble, you think maybe getting over the lines like I just did right there, use a smaller, you could cut this in half, or grab you some freezer tape, slap it down there, and then you can pull it up when you get ready to do your next color that you want to do. Right, now I still have some turquoise. That's okay, because the feathers, I don't mind them getting into the mixed colors and the muted and everything, so I'm going to work with that. I'm going to do hot pink here. Had more of that turquoise on there than I thought I did. Okay. Had to get that out of my color. And we're going to, see, I still have a little bit of that turquoise there. And I'll just pick some up off of the lid and go in here. Okay, and then I believe I want a little bit of purple. There again, I'm doing these multicolored, so if something bleeds over like that, it doesn't, it doesn't matter. It's just going to make it look different anyways. And these are really small, so I hate to and let's see, let's do yellow. I don't have any orange ink. I really do need to get me some orange ink. I could make orange ink, but I'm not going to today. Okay, so there is my tie-dyed one. And I'm going to go right on in here and do me a little bit of red. See, I still had some left on there. So I'll probably end up with a little bit of orange in this one. And I'm going to use the lime green. Okay. Of course, I got here without having a towel or to wipe this off with when I didn't want to do. And if I can, I'm going to wipe it off. And that way I don't have to worry about water being there. Sorry about that. But when customers call, you got to answer. So as you can see already that we've laid down all the colors and everything, and I kind of like to work my way back up to the area that I'm not quite sure about, and then we can go into this. All right, now we have the beads. Gray is not really going to show up a whole lot on this. So what I think I'm going to do is actually pull in some blue. on this. And I'll get like that tassel right there. Do the little tassels on that. There's another little tassel there. And of course, there I go again, getting that over there on that turquoise feather, but oh well. I don't mind mine blending like that, especially on a design like this. Okay, we have those. And you know, what the heck? Let's do this in blue. That's the base. In the blue. Okay. Now, while that's still kind of wet, I am going to do the white. All right, now, I don't want to clean my squeezy because I kind of want to load it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a popsicle stick, okay, and then I'm just going to put that on there like that, and I am going to pull so it's kind of like that right there, okay. I'm left-handed, so it's really hard for me to go from here to here, so I always kind of go backwards. Now, remember, if you've been doing chalking and with the stencils and stuff and using the squeezies, you know that if you lay down, you're going to pull. It's going to kind of leave some of the paint, but if you hold it up, it's going to drag it and barely leave any. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do right there. All right, and there again, clean off my squeezy. All right, so we've got the blue and the white up here that's kind of watercolored, and then we have all of this down through here. We have the blue here. As far as the arrow itself here, I really think I want to do I want a bright color, but I don't want red. I know it's hard to make a decision. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go back in here with a little red. A little yellow. And I'm going to really work that. And the way I done that red is I done it like this and like that. So it kind of almost looks like anything that really dried before I could work it will look kind of like the quills on the feathers. Little bitty pieces of feather. Right? And then as far as the rod itself right here and this, I am going to actually use well, there again, I'm missing the color. There it is. I'm going to do the brown. Okay, on this. And you know, my thinking on this is if I happen to get some of that brown down here on the string, it will be okay because I'm going to layer something on top of it anyways. Now there's a little bit of right there. That looks like there was, you know, a wrap or a bead, and then right here is the bead. So what I'll do is I'll go in there and add a color to there. And I think I'm going to do the purple right here because it'll cover up that brown a lot better. I guess you could say kind of overpower it. And then I am going to use turquoise. Because that's one of my favorite colors right here on this bead. And this is where a little bitty one would come in handy. I know some people use the little silicone tipped sculpting tools to do, but and if I wanted it to be more pronounced, I could let it dry. And I may come back and touch it up later. But I'm just curious to see how it's going to turn out. Okay, now we have all of this right through here to do. And what I am going to actually do first is put down the gray. Do the gray so the string will not be so dominant. And there again, you'll just have to work around everything. Get into these fine pieces, fine areas. I need to hunt up one of those. I have several around here. I'll try to find them and do a tutorial using those on these finer areas. If you didn't want to put this much detail into it, you know, you could just line colors up over here and pull it across. But I've been doing so much of the alcohol watercolor stencils or backgrounds, I'm kind of want to do something different. So okay. Alright, now we've got the gray on there. Try to pull some of this out of here so that I can put my colors on. Okay, so we've got that. Now we have the little areas with the beads, what the beads are. There again, I'm going to go in and just add a little bit to the beads, but you know, hang on. All right, these are what I was telling you about. Let me see if I can do them up close right there so you can see them. See those? These are used in like clay sculpting and stuff. You can get them in that department in your craft stores. So I'm going to use one of these since we've got these little bitty areas. And this would have been good on doing that a while ago, the bead, the string and stuff. But and I'm just laying this in here at random. Okay. You know, I didn't really care for the way this bled out. There. See how I do that? It's almost like painting. Now, if you haven't already figured out, yes, I am from the South. I am from Arkansas. And I have had this Southern accent all my life. My mom has tried her best, even threatened etiquettes, but I just couldn't swing it. My Southern drawl, it tells on me every time. And you'll see how these are coming in. And normally if I'm doing something like this, I might leave my colors open, you know, a little bit. But with all this hot weather that we're having down here, and the air conditioning is running 24/7, and never kicking off, I just like to cover mine. Let's see, we got another green somewhere. Okay, we didn't do much green and anything else. Now I use, you'll notice that I come over and I'm actually doing my paint over my stencil here. If you're known for dropping stuff or clumsy or whatever you want to call it, I wouldn't suggest doing this. I would suggest doing a one of those little paint things, trays. Put your color in that and work from there. If on small stuff like this, but I so far I've been pretty lucky by doing it like this. Okay. Now watch me go and spill it. Uh, so while you were doing this, one of the things that if you haven't ever used the silk screen stencils like this, whether it, you know, from what either brand, any brand, uh, if you haven't used them, then I would also suggest letting you know that when you finish with these, you want to make sure you get them in water and get them cleaned. Especially like this one because it's going to be dry because I have all this little tedious work in here and it's already started drying real, you know, pretty good. So you'll want to get it pulled off and cleaned up real quick. I know that I had a couple more in here. And I am just as curious as y'all on how this is going to turn out. Okay, I think I have all of them. If not, oh no, there's one. If you happen to forget one or overlook one, remember you've got that brown in there that is your string, so it won't look like a big void in there. Okay, so we've got all of those done. Let me throw this down here in the water and put my lids on everything before I start pulling that, and I do want to let those set for just a second. Now, you will want to heat set this. You'll want to heat set this um, with your iron before you wash it or wear it. Okay, now I've been doing a big no-no. I done a big no-no. You see how I'm pulling this at a corner like this? I shouldn't. What I need to do is get it started and then come up the side, because you want to come either across this way or up and down this way. You don't want to pull at an angle because it will stretch the silk. Oh, this turned out pretty neat. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so proud of myself. Looky. Ah! Okay, so I'm going to see if I can turn this around. And y'all, I'm still playing with these cameras, as you can see up here in the corner. All right, there you go. There's the shirt. Now let me kind of zoom in on this. See, there's the red and how I done the blue. And I wish it would focus a little bit better. So there it is, guys. Simple as that. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed this one. And keep looking for my videos. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. And I will try to post pictures on my Facebook page, which is Sassy Chalkers, Chalking Sassy. And then, of course, my YouTube. If you're actually seeing this in Facebook, there'll be a link there. And then if you're in YouTube, you're already there. So please share. And like I said, if you like it, give me a thumbs up and send me any comments that you happen to feel like you want to share. And happy chalking. Bye, y'all.